The U.S. Air Force has just made one of the most unexpected procurement decisions in recent memory. They are buying Tesla Cybertrucks, not for transportation, not for research, but specifically to destroy them in live-fire missile tests. This is not a rumor or internet hoax. Official contracting documents confirm that the vehicles will be used as target platforms during precision-guided munitions training. In a year full of surprising military technology headlines, this stands out as the most unusual and perhaps the most ironic, considering Tesla once promoted these trucks as virtually indestructible. When Tesla unveiled the Cybertruck in 2019, it was marketed as a revolutionary leap forward in automotive engineering, an angular, stainless steel-bodied electric pickup that promised unmatched durability. Elon Musk famously claimed the design was apocalypse-proof, citing its ultra-hard 30x cold-rolled stainless steel exoskeleton and shatter-resistant glass as features that could withstand everything from heavy impacts to extreme environments. Even though the glass infamously shattered during the onstage demonstration, the core message stuck. The Cybertruck was meant to be a vehicle you could take into a war zone and drive back out. Ironically, that exact reputation for toughness is why the U.S. Air Force is now interested. Military planners are preparing for a future where unconventional vehicles, potentially even rugged electric pickups, could be deployed in hostile environments. Testing their weapons against such platforms is, in their view, a necessary step to ensure readiness. According to newly released procurement documents, the U.S. Air Force is acquiring 2 Tesla Cybertrucks as part of a broader batch of 33 vehicles slated for destruction during live-fire weapons testing. These trucks will be used at White Sands Missile Range in New Mexico, a site long known for testing advanced munitions under realistic battlefield conditions. The Cybertrucks in question are not intended to be functional in the sense of operational military vehicles. Rather, they will serve as physical targets for precision-guided missiles and other ordnance. The decision was based on a specific assessment that their stainless steel exoskeleton, unusual geometry, and robust electric platform present unique ballistic and structural challenges compared to conventional military or civilian vehicles. By including them in target testing, the Air Force aims to evaluate how modern, unconventional platforms respond to high-energy impacts, fragmentation, and blast effects. This is especially relevant in a world where consumer technology can rapidly find its way into conflict zones, as seen in recent years with pickup trucks, drones, and even electric vehicles appearing in unconventional combat roles. The Air Force's rationale for targeting Cybertrucks goes beyond simple curiosity. In their market research, military analysts concluded that there is no other mass-produced civilian vehicle with the same combination of materials, design, and electrical architecture. The most striking feature is the Cybertruck's 30x cold-rolled stainless steel exoskeleton, an alloy so strong and corrosion-resistant that it is difficult to cut, dent, or deform under normal conditions. Unlike traditional automotive bodies made of aluminum or mild steel, this material can absorb and deflect ballistic energy differently, potentially altering how shrapnel disperses or how a blast wave propagates through the structure. Then there's the geometric design. The Cybertruck's sharply angled panels, flat surfaces, and lack of paint or coatings are a departure from the curved aerodynamic shapes of conventional vehicles. This unusual form could influence radar reflection patterns, thermal imaging signatures, and projectile ricochet behavior, all critical factors in modern targeting systems. Military engineers want to understand whether the truck's shape might reduce the effectiveness of certain sensors or alter the impact path of armor-piercing munitions. A third factor is the electrical system. The Cybertruck operates on a 48-volt architecture, significantly higher than the 12 or 24-volt systems found in most vehicles. This makes it capable of powering more advanced electronics, sensors, and even energy-intensive equipment in the field. In theory, an adversary could weaponize or militarize such a platform, outfitting it with communications gear, surveillance modules, or weapon systems, all while relying on its silent electric drive for stealth in certain conditions. Finally, there's a real-world precedent driving this concern. In 2024, Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov was seen in a video boasting about a Cybertruck modified with a mounted machine gun, reportedly destined for frontline use in Ukraine. That vehicle was allegedly disabled remotely by Tesla, but the incident highlighted a key vulnerability. If such a vehicle fell into the hands of an adversary without remote shutdown capability, its durability and electrical capacity could make it an effective unconventional combat platform. For the Air Force, this isn't about Tesla specifically. It's about ensuring that American weapons can reliably neutralize any high-tech civilian hardware that might appear in future battlefields. The Air Force's decision to use Cybertrucks for live-fire testing fits into a growing pattern. The line between civilian and military technology is blurring at an unprecedented rate. The most obvious recent example came in 2024 when reports surfaced of a Cybertruck appearing in a conflict zone. Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov showcased a heavily modified version of the vehicle, fitted with a mounted machine gun, and claimed it was being sent to the front lines in Ukraine. Although Tesla later reportedly disabled the vehicle remotely, the incident proved that advanced civilian tech can quickly be adapted for combat purposes, often in ways manufacturers never anticipated. This is not limited to Cybertrucks. Over the past 2 decades, militaries around the world have had to adapt their tactics and testing protocols to counter an array of unconventional vehicles and technologies. Pickup trucks, often Toyota Hilux or Land Cruisers, have been repurposed into technicals in conflicts across Africa and the Middle East, serving as mobile weapons platforms. In Iraq and Afghanistan, insurgents used ordinary motorcycles for quick ambushes, forcing NATO forces to adjust convoy security measures. Even in recent years, hobby-grade drones, once meant for aerial photography, have been weaponized to drop explosives or conduct reconnaissance in real time. Armed forces have responded by diversifying their test targets to include civilian vehicles with unique performance traits. The U.S. military has, for example, tested armored SUVs, commercial vans, and even luxury sedans to see how different shapes and materials respond to blasts and ballistics. The Cybertruck's inclusion in this category is a natural progression, a recognition that tomorrow's battlefield may feature threats that, until recently, were parked in suburban driveways or city streets. In this context, blowing up a $100,000 electric pickup truck is not extravagance. It's preparation for a reality where military readiness depends on anticipating the unexpected. The announcement has sparked a mix of disbelief, amusement, and strategic curiosity. For Tesla fans, the idea of the U.S. Air Force deliberately destroying Cybertrucks is both unsettling and oddly validating, a testament to the vehicle's reputation for toughness. Social media quickly flooded with memes imagining Elon Musk reacting to the news, ranging from mock outrage to tongue-in-cheek claims that this was the ultimate durability test. On defense forums, however, the reaction has been more pragmatic. Military professionals see it as a logical step in preparing for modern conflict scenarios, where the durability of civilian technology could create unexpected challenges. For Tesla as a company, the direct financial impact will be minimal. 2 vehicles represent a drop in the bucket compared to production volumes, but the symbolic impact is harder to quantify. On one hand, being chosen for military testing reinforces the perception that the Cybertruck is unlike any other consumer vehicle on the market. On the other hand, it draws attention to its potential role in future conflicts, which could raise uncomfortable questions about the militarization of consumer technology. From the military's perspective, this is a strategic move to future-proof their capabilities. As electric vehicles, autonomous systems, and advanced materials become more commonplace, the battlefield will inevitably include civilian platforms with characteristics that challenge existing weapons and tactics. Preparing for those scenarios now, even if it means blowing up a 6-figure pickup truck, is part of maintaining a technological edge. In a way, the decision serves as a reminder that innovation in the civilian sector doesn't just shape our daily lives, it can also reshape the face of warfare. The story of the U.S. Air Force purchasing Cybertrucks for target practice is more than just an odd headline. It's a glimpse into how rapidly the boundaries between civilian innovation and military necessity are shifting. A vehicle designed for Silicon Valley tech enthusiasts, marketed as apocalypse-proof, is now being studied for how it holds up against live munitions. Whether you see this as a clever move by military planners or an extravagant stunt, it highlights a key reality. In the next generation of conflict, The tools of war might not look like tanks and armored carriers, but rather like the cars and trucks parked in our neighborhoods today. The idea that something as familiar as a pickup truck could become a future battlefield asset is both fascinating and unsettling. And in testing how to destroy it, the Air Force is making sure they're ready for whatever comes next. Even if that means turning one of the most hyped consumer vehicles of the decade into shrapnel. So here's the question. Does this make you feel safer, knowing the military is thinking ahead, or more uneasy, realizing civilian tech can so easily cross into combat? Share your thoughts, and let's talk about whether this is the start of a new era in military readiness, or just the strangest durability test in automotive history.